Code enforcement's mission is to ensure compliance with county codes and state laws, to create safe, attractive communities that improve the quality of life of residents.
County code enforcement has programs: illegal dumping, community cleanup, graffiti abatement, fire hazard abatement, off-highway vehicle enforcement, cannabis enforcement.
Years now. There's reasons for the code enforcement, and we want our city safe, and you can see when you don't have the codes what you get.
I became homeless back in 2008. I lost my sister. Then I lost my mom. I went under depression. I was really sick. I couldn't walk.
Sarah, we met in late 2019. She was living in front of businesses along the street. We gave her some information and linked her with a host team and inroads for temporary transitional housing motel assistance.
So I think it's important collaborating with all the departments involved, because sometimes there's a situation where we'll have to gather together and just think outside the box how we could help that person out.
Inroads stands for Innovative Remote On-Site Assistance Delivery Service. From the time that I just recently had met her on the streets to today, she's so much happier, healthier, and is working towards getting her own apartment now.
We go to where the client is and taking the resources directly to them, and it helps build that bridge for success.
I don't want to be homeless anymore, and I thank the county staff and team that helped me through this. Thank you guys, and God bless you.
ARMC just received Level 1 Trauma Center verification by the American College of Surgeons.
It means that all of these services at the hospital are able to work together in a timely fashion to take a patient from the doorway to the definitive care place. We were Level 2 prior to this. By achieving Level 1 status, we've become a center that doesn't have to transfer any patients out to provide life-saving care.
It is well known as the county hospital that serves the Inland Empire region with high quality medical care, but also a great place to train future physicians and future nurses.
We developed a program, actually just a partnership with our local hospitals to go out and teach them about trauma. It's a phone call, and then we'll set a classroom for their physicians and ER nurses, and we're more than happy to go and provide this education, because our goal is to provide optimal care for all of our patients, not only in our hospital, but in the outside hospitals as well.
So I think having education in addition to being able to deliver high quality care, that's what I think makes this hospital a very special place.
San Bernardino County has always been the biggest, and once again, we're the best. Under the Board of Supervisors' visionary leadership, we earned an incredible 160 Achievement Awards from the National Association of Counties in 2023, winning more than any other county for the second year in a row. There are more than 3,000 counties in the United States, and San Bernardino County continues to stand above them all in terms of accolades for innovation, efficiency, and public service. This year, we were honored for streamlining staff training for our homeless point-in-time count, hosting 32 animal adoption events leading to more than 1,600 pet adoptions, making building inspections easier, keeping residents well-informed and safe following the El Dorado flood, teaching children the importance of good oral health, providing reentry support to vulnerable clients following incarceration, enabling local job seekers to succeed in their careers, increasing access to healthy foods for county residents, unveiling our Curtain of Courage Memorial. And this is just a sample of the 160 national awards that San Bernardino County earned for the services we provide to our residents and visitors. Thank you to our county employees for making this recognition possible.
Hi, my name is Angel. I am an enrichment specialist here at the San Bernardino County, specifically at the War Animal Shelter. For the whole day, I get to spend time and walk them, feed them, and play with them, and just improve their quality of life. I do enjoy being around animals. I grew up with them. I have had dogs my whole life, and cats as well. First thing I do, I normally just clean the play yard or the cattery room for the cats and dogs. And then I'll check my list to see what dogs are available to do enrichments. From there, I'm just taking one by one throughout the 10 hours that I work here. And I just spend time with them, feed them, play with them, walk them. But since right now it's summer, it's very hot, so we just play in the play yard and we're at the pool out there. What I like is that I meet new pets every day. I bond with them, make them adoptable, find them a new home. especially when it comes to aggressive or shy dogs. They typically change when we provide these enrichments for them. Once they do get adopted, that's like the best feeling. When you make a difference, such as changing their personality, you know they're gonna be adopted one day just because they're a happy animal. What makes me happy being working with this staff is that our main goal is to get these animals adopted. If you just love being around animals, this is the perfect job for you as well.
I personally always play ball with Levi. Cody always plays ball with Nolan. And then we have Sonia, who is upset if she doesn't get two buddies. There will be special requests on the field, like, no, you're my buddy, and then sometimes they get in arguments. And Miracle League is a baseball league for people with special needs. Our role is to go down there and be their buddy. Whatever they need, help getting around the bases because they're in a wheelchair, assistance hitting the ball, throwing the ball. It's our job to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Everybody there is just having a good time. Both teams are rooting for each other. You know, there's really no competition. There's no outs. Everybody's just there to have fun. It's just a really neat program to be a part of. 6 o'clock is game time. They'll do a national anthem. We buddy up with our players. Sometimes you have no choice in the matter. They come up to you and like, you are my buddy.
You want to be my
Absolutely.
buddy? Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're with them the whole time. So he hits the ball, you're running with him to the first, second, third. It's all about getting out into the community that we serve. We will run into some of the players at the grocery store, on medical aids. You know, they'll instantly, we'll recognize each other and talk about, when the next season is coming out. A lot of our players obviously have some medical issues, and we've gone to their houses on medical aids to already have the relationship. We already know each other. The parents already know us. It is a lot different than just going into someone's house that you don't know.
I grew up in this area, and there were not programs that made kids with disabilities feel normal. So this is like a normal thing. This is baseball. We started in May of 2013. Fire and EMS and police guys are heroes. For our players to have the fire department come out and help them and be their best friend for a night, that's huge. It's awesome.
It's so beautiful being able to see like the parents come together and being able to hang out and communicate with each other. Being able to see the joy on the faces. There's literally never a bad day when I come to Miracle League.
We've had the opportunity to invest the town resources into Bremfield. They're used to the field. There's about a lot of comfort that comes from that. Yeah, it's been a real blessing to us in the community, and you can see the participation here. The bleachers are full every night. That's the thing I dig about it.
Throw it to Nolan. Throw it to Nolan. Nolan, throw it in. Closely by Andrea. Spud.
He hasn't said many of his one-liners. He's famous for saying, like, if somebody's like really swinging at it, he'll be like, he's chopping broccoli. He's chopping broccoli. I'm definitely invested in this community. It feels like home. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. All right, dude.
What's in there?
We brought gifts.
Oh!
Right?
Finally a hat.
Finally, right? I'm Zach Taylor, I'm the captain with San Bernardino County Fire Department here in Yucca Valley, and I'm proud to serve you.
Good job.
Today we are at the newly completed Birch Creek Bridge in Oak Glen. This project demonstrates the county commitment to disaster preparedness and disaster response. When Tropical Storm Hillary came through, it completely inundated this creek and destroyed the bridge.
The prior bridge crossing was a smaller 12x6 box culvert, which was heavily damaged by large boulders that came down the burn scar area. Our engineering department put together a quick project to replace the destroyed structure with two 10x10 precast boxes.
I'm extremely proud of our crews and our engineering teams for finding an innovative solution to replacing and repairing this bridge.
These two precast boxes tremendously improved the ability of water and debris to flow underneath the roadway. The project started in mid-September, and we're standing here now on the brand new bridge, which has been opened prior to Thanksgiving.
So often county projects get held up during design, or because of environmental concerns or material lead time. And this project, we were able to complete it in record time.
We have been cleaning channels and installing mitigation measures like K-Rail in preparation for the upcoming winter season. We have cameras in place to monitor the area remotely and have pre-positioned barricades and equipment to close down roads quickly and begin the cleanup process as soon as the storm is over.
With the reopening of this road, visitors and residents now have full access to their homes and local businesses.
Do you own a property in San Bernardino County? You may be owed a property tax refund. To find out if you have a refund, please visit the ATC website at sbcountyatc.gov. On the left side of the website, click Unclaimed Tax Refund Search. You can search for an unclaimed property tax refund by parcel number or street address. For example, if your address is 123 Palm Street, only enter 123 Palm in the search bar. There is no need to enter street, avenue, lane, or any other portion of your address. If you have an unclaimed refund, the bill number, parcel number, citus address, refund amount, and a link to the form will appear on screen. If you don't have a refund, you'll be notified of that as well. To request a claim form, click Form on the left-hand side of the screen, and the refund information will show on the next screen. If the mailing address is correct, click Yes and enter your name, email address, and phone number. If the mailing address is not correct, click No and complete the form, including where you want the form to be mailed. Your request will be processed in the order it was received, and the appropriate claim form will be mailed to the address provided. If you have any questions, please call 909-382-3090.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid being made in somebody's garage or their home, not controlled. It's 50 times more powerful than heroin and 100 times more powerful than morphine.
Stop the Void is a California nonprofit corporation dedicated to educating and raising awareness in our communities about the scourge of fentanyl. We started this organization because I lost my own son, Daniel Puerta, who was only 16 and a half years old when he passed away due to fentanyl poisoning. Due to the stigma of addiction and overdose, most parents feel that this can never happen to them. And I'm truly sorry, but it can.
San Bernardino County started with the Fentanyl Doesn't Care, But We Do campaign. Fentanyl doesn't care if you're a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, a co-worker, a friend. It just doesn't care. But we do in the county of San Bernardino, and that's why we created this campaign to bring awareness to the community.
San Bernardino County and Stop the Void have partnered together. Come to San Bernardino County website, Department of Behavioral Health, look at all the resources that they have, and make sure that you speak to your children. Numbers just came out for 2022, and it's north of 109,800 drug deaths in the United States. Roughly 77% of all of those drug deaths were due to fentanyl. This is why this message and this campaign is so, so important. If you think that it can't happen to you, think twice.
San Bernardino County's Land Use Services has now made it even easier for you to schedule your on-site, virtual, and self-inspections. It's called Easy Inspect, and it's a new mobile app available on the App Store and Google Play. Built with both contractors and homeowners in mind, Easy Inspect is an easy-to-use tool for viewing all of your eligible inspections right from your phone. You can schedule one or multiple inspections at your fingertips. For any additional help using Easy Inspect, visit easyinspect.sbcounty.gov or call 800-637-6655.
As we look at this monument, may we reflect on the memories and lessons of each very precious life, because it is this, our shared story, with all its pain and tragedy, that binds us together as a diverse community of people around our county today, and even with those around our world. May this curtain of courage represent to you that we choose to join you in honoring the lives of your loved ones, our loved ones, and we'll never forget them.
December 2nd, 2015 was an unimaginable day for all of us. 14 people we loved were taken away from us on that day. Our employees were spiritually and physically wounded. It changed us all forever. Following the attack, the Board of Supervisors formed a memorial committee made up of family members, survivors, first responders, and county staff, so we could build something that would stand forever as a testament to our commitment never to forget.
The Curtain of Courage is a place for us, one of mourning, but also we want it to be a celebration of life, akin to a small set of chapels, each signifying an individual loss, but creating a place that marks this day and time.
And today, we're here to honor the memories of those that succumbed during that day, but also to honor those that are with us today and their families that move forward. To be able to see this curtain of courage gives us all in San Bernardino County, the state and the nation, the courage to move forward.
In 2018, almost 3 years after the attack, the San Bernardino County December 2nd Legacy Report was published. It was intended to be a publicly available resource for communities and organizations that must respond and recover from similar situations. Already, that report is helping other families and other communities learn from your experience.
The way you sort your trash may be changing. Did you know organic waste that ends up in California's landfills makes up 20% of the state's methane gas emissions? Organic waste includes items such as food waste, like leftovers, bones, shells, peels, and pits. Food-soiled paper products such as paper towels, napkins, and pizza boxes. And yard waste such as grass clippings, leaves, and twigs. That's why jurisdictions throughout California, including the unincorporated areas of San Bernardino County, are now required to implement Senate Bill 1383, the new statewide plan to reduce methane gas emissions. If you live or work in an unincorporated area of San Bernardino County, you may be required to subscribe to waste, recycling, and organic recycling services in 2023. The county is dedicated to keeping residents and businesses of the unincorporated areas informed about this new state law and how it affects our communities before any changes take place.
Code enforcement's mission is to ensure compliance with county codes and state laws, to create safe, attractive communities that improve the quality of life of residents.
County Code Enforcement has several special programs: illegal dumping, community cleanup, graffiti abatement, fire hazard abatement, off-highway vehicle enforcement, cannabis enforcement, and of course our traditional code enforcement program.
Code enforcement benefits residents through our goal of leaving people better than we found them, by leaving them safer because we have addressed unpermitted construction that could affect the occupants, or by improving blighted conditions that affect not only the occupants, but the community.
My role in code enforcement is to ensure that residents of San Bernardino County are following the rules and the ordinances, talking with the public more one-on-one, helping them learn the ordinances, but also talking to them as though we're neighbors, because we need to make sure that San Bernardino County is a good place to live, a good place to work, and be a beautiful place for the residents.
Our code enforcement team continues to grow. We're working on some initiatives that are going to expand services and create new programs that will help our county residents.
I'm very pleased with them always. I've dealt with them for a good 30 years now. There's reasons for the code enforcement, and we want our city safe, and you can see when you don't have the codes what you get.
I became homeless back in 2008. I lost my sister. Then I lost my mom. I went under depression. I was really sick. I couldn't walk.
Sarah, we met in late 2019. She was living in front of businesses along the street. We gave her some information and linked her with a post team and inroads for temporary transitional housing motel assistance.
So I think it's important collaborating with all the departments involved, because sometimes there's a situation where we'll have to gather together and just think outside the box how we could help that person out.
Inroad stands for Innovative Remote On-Site Assistance Delivery Service. From the time that I just recently had met her on the streets to today, she's so much happier, healthier, and is working towards getting her own apartment now.
We go to where the client is and taking the resources directly to them. And it helps build that bridge for success.
I don't want to be homeless anymore, and I thank the county staff and team that helped me through this. Thank you guys, and God bless you.
Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for being here today. Supervisor Rao was not able to attend today's meeting, and I've been asked to fill in, and then hopefully if you have difficult names, which I'm about to find out, because we're honored to have Pastor Triboulet. And I hope I didn't mispronounce that. He's from the Bridge Church of the Nazarene in Bloomington, and he's going to have our prayer. And I'll call him up here right now. She. I'm on a roll already.
Well, thank you so much for having me and allowing me to come and represent Bloomington. Also, I'm from Ontario, so representing Ontario, and I live in Upland, so all around. But join me as we pray. Lord, we just come before you in all the hustle and bustle and all the decisions and everything that's just weighing heavy on our hearts. Lord, we just pause and we just offer you our ideas, offer you our desires for our communities. Lord, we pray over safety of our schools, all the schools that are represented here in this room and all the districts. Lord, we just pray for protection and safety of our schools, our administrators. Lord, we pray over the election, and just we're gearing up for it. We're so close. And so, Lord, would your hand be upon all of that, Lord, and would your will be done. Lord, we pray over decisions being made and conversations being had in this meeting. God, would your peace be present upon this room? Lord, would you lead and guide all of our leaders, all those who are participating, all those who care and are here and are representing their communities, their families. Lord, would you bring wisdom? Would you bring discernment? And God, would you bring protection over this wonderful county that you love, that you care for? And Lord, we just pray for wisdom to our families and our leaders. Lord, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this place, for this community. And God, would your hand be upon us all? We pray this in your name. Amen. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Pastor, I want to thank you and apologize. I was so worried about pronouncing triboulet. It's very hard to, at least for me, when we have a pastor that's going to talk about God, and I'm going to the French pronunciation, and I'm thinking about wine. I'm almost committing a sin in my introduction, so I apologize for that at all. Okay, now we will have our memorial adjournments right now. Supervisor Hagman, did I pronounce that correct?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. For all that, Supervisor Baca.
Yeah, I have one. Thank you, Vice Chair Cook. Today, I want to adjourn in memory of Leah Michelle Cash of Rialto. She just recently passed last week. And I've known Leah for many, many years, 20 years. She was very, very active in the community. And one of the things about Leah, she was really close with our former mayor of Rialto, Grace Vargas. And just a good lady, really cared about the community. She ran a nonprofit for foster children. She was involved with foster youth, even in our county, running a foster home. So she was a very, very good lady. And just, she always took the time to speak with our family. And she really enjoyed my middle daughter. And they would always be in pictures together. She would share pictures from when she was really small up until current. But, you know, Michelle, Leah Cash will be truly missed in our community. Thank you, Vice Chair Cook.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Armendariz.
Yes, I just have one to speak of. Narciso Edilio Sanchez, who is a husband, father, grandfather, and a great-grandfather, who is also the father of Edilio Sanchez of ABS Collision in Fontana, also a planning commissioner for the city of Fontana. Our hearts and our prayers go out to him and his family as they go through this mourning process. And that's all.
Thank you very much. This morning we have 3 special presentations. If my colleagues would join me in the well. First one we have is Glenda. Will you join us? You got to help me with this, okay? I like that dress, by the way.
All right, I like the suit too.
Do you?
Yeah, we matching.
Well,
All
this is Sears Roebuck.
Yes,
Code
okay,
101.
that's okay.
Glenda is retiring from the county after 37 years of service. Oh my God, you're so young.
Thank you.
And you began your career with children and family services in 1987. And you are retiring as an assistant director of aging, oh, don't say that dirty word,
Okay.
and adult services, public guardian. We thank you for your dedicated service to the county and its residents. And we wish you a happy retirement. Stay away from the casino.
Okay, I'll try to remember that.
Okay, I love the casinos, but stay away from the, if you would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
Good?
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Do you have family members you want to bring up?
Would you like for them to come now
Yes.
or after?
No,
It's your
bring them up
show.
now.
Would you like to come?
Am I ruining the script?
Jack?
Yeah, they want to be up here.
Okay. I couldn't bring them all
Why?
because I'm the last of 10. Okay. I thought.
Special county law for
Again, good morning. Behind me on the wall it states, "In God we trust." Powerful words. I stand before you very humble, for I have trusted God for 37 plus years to embody the county mission as well as values, as I have provided service to all residents throughout San Bernardino County. It is an honor to stand. And because of those who are in the room, I appreciate you. For it's not anyone walk a road alone, for it truly take a village to do what we do within San Bernardino County. To the Director and Public Garden of the Department of Aging and Adult Services and the Public Garden for the county, thank you. A leader with vision who thinks outside of the box, which I admire. Thank you for allowing me to be the first Assistant Director for the Department of Aging and Adult Service. You are an individual, a leader with integrity, and you serve with all residents of this county in mind. To the department heads and staff that I have worked with over the last 37 years, and some who are here that supervised me along the way and joined us this morning, thank you. For as I begin a new journey, continue to be a public servant, because that's what we all are, public servant. And when you understand and realize that, you are the greatest example of a servant leader. And you always will lead with wisdom. And you always will accomplish any goal you set out to be. So on the Board of Supervisors, the CAO office, and to all, thank you for the opportunity to have served for 37 years.
Great job. Boy, I got a clap for it. Now, we got to get the fam here. You got any more members? Or you...
Yes.
Come on.
He said anyone that wants to take a picture. That's a lot of them. You don't want all of them, I don't think. It's a lot of them.
So what? Bring them up if you want.
He said if you all want to come, you can take a picture.
You don't know money, do you? No. Oh. Yes. God, everybody's shy.
Oh, look, you got a lot of them coming.
Come on, I took a shower today. I don't do that. Are you going to come up here? I've had my thoughts up to date. I don't know about you. We got plenty of room here. Yes.
These are all leaders within the department.
Well, that's great. And you still talk to them?
Absolutely.
Do they talk to you?
Absolutely. Gilbert, would you like to come?
You know, if you need money, people right here.
Okay. Y'all heard that?
Well, I don't know about that. They're voters. Thank you.
Again, thank you.
Oh, I'm just so good. Let's see. Which one? This one? Okay, our next retiree is Sheila Muir. Guest of honor. You have any friends, families, bill collectors you want to invite up?
Not at this moment, but I will.
Okay, okay. Sheila is retiring from the county after 22 years of service. She began her career with Children and Family Services and is retiring as a Child Welfare Services Manager at Children and Family Services. We thank you for your service to San Bernardino County and its residents, and we will wish you a happy retirement. If you, obviously you're here, and I expect you to say a few words and invite, are these all members of your family? Is that why it's so crowded? Or?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I think that was
okay. Okay. You're up.
And I would have preferred not to go after Glenda. But that was beautiful what you said, and I'll kind of segue into that because something I've always said working for Children and Family Services is, and I'll first say that I didn't choose that career. God chose that for me, and I told God I'd give him 2 years, and I told him that 22 years ago because he said, you'll give me 20.
You were bad at math.
And well, I said I'd give him 2, and he said, no, you'll give me 22. And he showed me that I had the strength and the courage, and that if I trusted in him, that I would do good work, and I did. And, you know, you say it takes a village, and I say this is a career that's very taxing on the soul, and you can't do this without your village. And I have some of my village here with my family, my daughter. I will, for the picture. The last deputy director I had, Vicki Inbach, what a blessing to my soul to have such a strong leader. I was hoping Jeannie Cepeda would be here. I got to be, there she is, I got to be peers with her. She was my manager, my deputy director, and to watch her become the director of Children and Family Services was a highlight of my career, to have someone that I respect and admire and trust. And I always say, you're never always going to agree with your leader, but when you have someone that you know is as intelligent as she is willing to get in, do the work, get to know you and listen, I'll jump, I'll follow you anywhere, Jeannie, and I've been grateful to serve under you. Some days I would wake up and I would wish I had a job that didn't matter so much, where no one got hurt and no one died if I made a bad decision. But most days I thanked God for trusting me to do this work. And I thank my village for being there for me while I did this work. And I didn't know what I was going to say, and I was thinking about like highlights of my career. So Leo, I really didn't even know you were going to be here. But I was a Teamster for the union and was in this last negotiations. And the way that Leo and the county came to the table, that was a blessing for me. And I felt that Children and Family Services, that you understood the work we do, and that was honored. And so thank you for that experience. That was an amazing experience. You're a stand-up guy, Leah. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you. And so just thank you. It's been a blessing of a career, and I am young, barely old enough to retire. So just ready to start a second career, and just grateful for the blessings that I've had, and grateful for all the people that continue to do the work. So thank you.
You can bring your family up. Come on up.
Vicky, you said you'd come up.
This is yours. They don't give me things like that.
We're going to put a taller person in the back.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to present a resolution celebrating the Executive Assistance Forum's 25th anniversary. The Executive Assistance Forum provides avenue for all county executive assistants to grow professionally, play an essential role in office operations and county departments to highly skilled executive assistants daily. We thank them for their dedication providing exceptional administrative service to the county. Heather, would you like to say a few words? You're on.
Okay. We want to thank the Board of Supervisors for having us here today and acknowledging our service and this forum. It's been since 1999 they created the forum, and we're a new group and we're carrying it on 25 years. And we've learned a lot from our directors, and we share all that we've learned through our jobs, through our experience with each other, and we network and we learn a lot from each other, and it's great to see faces instead of just emails. And we appreciate all of you and all of your support, all the leaders of the county. We appreciate our jobs and for San Bernardino County and everything we experience here. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything?
I do not.
Nobody else? Richard? We got to get closer or I'll speak for another half hour. Thank you so much. Here. We'll now move on to reports from our county council. Tom.
All right. Thank you, Vice Chair Cook. Two reportable items from closed session. The Board of Supervisors voted 4-0 with Chair Rao absent to file a lawsuit against UHC of California, Inc. and United Healthcare Insurance Company, Inc. to recover money owed to the county for treatment provided by Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. Second item is the Board of Supervisors voted 4-0 with Chair Rao absent to remove Commissioner Greg Fruzonk from the county's Regional Parks and Fish, the Regional Parks, Fish and Game Commission. Thank you.
Reports from CEO Luther.
Thank you, Vice Chair Cook. I just wanted to say, thank you to all the executive assistants here in the county. I have learned that without them, I would absolutely fail. So thank you, Abby and Christina, for your support of me. It was great to see the group come up here and be recognized for 25 years of service for that association. And just all of my leadership, we are very fortunate to have our executive assistants. Just one more thing, very touching, the retirements here today. If you are out there and you are considering county employment, I hope that might spark your interest and attention. Come join the county. We have so many vacant positions right now we are looking to fill. And what a fulfilling and amazing career that county work affords you and public service just provides. So I hope maybe you were touched by that and we'll fill out an application and come join us here at the county. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That brings us to individual board comments. Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I have just a couple of 4th District updates coming up. First, IEHP is going to have its Vibrant Health Forum on October 23rd. The Chino Valley Fire District, State of the Fire District, is going to be on October 24th. Ontario Montclair School District Board of Trustees Student Recognition Ceremonies on also the 24th. Chino Hills Halloween event is going to be, like a lot of the cities, on Halloween, 10/31. BAPAS Temple Diwali celebration is going to be on November 1st. And the annual Veterans Claim and Resource event at our district office is going to be on November 2nd. So busy couple weeks in district activities. This is the season where there's quite a bit more of that. And just want to thank all the support we're getting from county staff on a lot of those. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Baca.
Thank you, Vice Chair Cook. Yeah, I just want to announce this. On October 17th, we had a ribbon cutting for a community garden at Ayala Park, our county park. And it was really a blessing because what happened is we were able to provide Bloomington Girl Scout Troops 448 with a home for the community garden. They reached out to many, many agencies and they were denied. So this was an opportunity to provide them with a space. And I just want to thank our Public Works staff and Bloomington Special Districts for taking the opportunity to take some unused space and make it a quality garden. So I just want to thank the staff for doing a great work and MMS for being there to highlight all the great things that's going on in Bloomington. I just want to announce some events this Saturday at Ayala Park from 6 to 8 p.m. Bloomington Special Districts will be hosting a trunk or treat this Saturday. Please encourage those that have children to bring your kids out to have some fun. It's a great event. On October 28th, we'll be having a senior resource fair at Ayala Park from 11 to 1 p.m. We'll be providing box lunches. Also, Department of Adult and Aging Services will have resources. So many county departments will be there to try to do everything we can to support our seniors. And the other event I want to highlight is on November 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. Here at the Government Center, we'll be hosting a veterans event, providing veteran services. So any veterans that need help within the 5th District or even within the county, please come to the Government Center. We'll be providing many, many services for our veterans. And just the last thing, I just want to highlight some important items that are in our budget, in our agenda. I know we have a lot of items, but item number 3 is a contract with the City of San Bernardino and Department of Adult and Aging Services to add an additional $99,000 through the year 2025 to provide senior nutrition for our seniors in the San Bernardino community. I think that's a positive thing. The other is item 42. This is a project which is located in Little Third, just across the street from our Sheriff's Department on 3rd Street, a small little county pocket in the San Bernardino community. It's a great project because one of the things we're going to be doing in that project is sidewalk rehabilitation, street lights, storm drains, curb and ramp. And this is a partnership it's been with the East Valley Water District. I want to thank Congressman Aguilar for his appropriation and really want to thank Public Works for executing this great upgrades to this community that long overdue. And the last thing, I know item 50, we're in the process of looking to purchase land in the Bloomington community to continue the affordable housing element. We have 3 projects that are located in Bloomington. This could potentially add a 4th affordable housing element, which is much needed in our county, especially with, inflation and everything going up. I think, we have a duty to try to do everything we can to try to help our individuals in the county, have a place to live and call home. So that concludes my comments. Vice Chair Cook.
Thank you. Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a pretty busy week this week. We attended several functions. We participated with the Fontana Canine Pals and showed support to them. We went to the Inland Empire Bluebells ribbon breakfast ceremony where we were able to give acknowledgement to our law enforcement and just thank them for their services. We also had, on October 10th, we recognized World Mental Health Day. We pushed information out from the county, such as our Office of Suicide Prevention and our Safe Talks. We also attended Banyan Elementary for a Safe Routes to School program walk. It was about a mile walk where we walked with Mayor Pro Temp of Rancho Cucamonga, Lynn Kennedy, and just was able to sit there and as we walked, talked with the young people and just really interact with our young people in the community. We also attended a tour of Mount Baldy and delivered 10,000 sandbags in preparation for what is to come with the damage that was sustained in the bridge fire so that they can have the resources up there. We also delivered a front-end loader to help with landslide prevention and erosion control. Just to help, really prepare them so that when the rains do come, we're being proactive and not reactive. We also attended 10 other ribbon cuttings in the district, restaurants, electric companies, dialysis centers. And last but not least, we attended the Cedar House Heroes Gala, where we are trying to work on a partnership with them to help them. And a lot of those who don't know is, the Cedar House is dedicated to rehabilitation for drug addiction through compassion and empathy. So we are glad to support them, and hopefully we can do more for them in the future. And that concludes my comments.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank the participants for coming up here today. I think it's something we do here that if we didn't do it, it'd be that is to thank the people that have given so much. And it's not just those individuals, but it's the families. And, so many of these people are so skilled and know what's going on with the county. I think, oh God, if they ever had a sick out one day, I don't know what would happen to us all, because they are so important to everything we do. So that by doing that, I think that's one of the best parts of the job, if you will, is to say, and I'll say it on behalf of everybody that works so hard, and maybe we don't say it enough, is thank you. And we certainly couldn't do it without you. So thank you again for being here, for doing what you're doing, and especially having your families with us. So thank you. Let's see. Any additions or revisions to the agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Yes, I do have one item for change for today's agenda. Item number 68. That item is being continued to November 5th, and we will take that action on the discussion calendar when it comes up. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay. If any board member has a conflict of interest to disclose regarding an item on the agenda, please do so now. I don't see anybody. Okay, now we move on to the consent calendar items 2 through 67. Are there any members of the public wishing to speak on an item on the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. We do not have any speakers.
None?
None.
Was it because I'm here today? No, okay.
Baca moves the consent calendar.
Well, that's inviting trouble.
I do want to abstain from item number 39 just because of the close proximity to my primary residence. So I'll abstain for that. I don't have a conflict, but
Okay.
my house. But
are there any members of the board who want to speak on an item? No more pull for agendas. Then I'll request a motion and a second from the board to adopt the consent calendar.
Baca moves.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. With that, the consent calendar passes with Supervisor Hagman abstaining from item 39.
Okay. Now, let's see. We will now move on to our discussion calendar unless they give me the evil eye.
That is correct. And on this item, I would like to say that we do have a public speaker. Originally, this item was just going to be straight continued, but we will need to open the public hearing to take the public speaker.
So that means that we start off with that?
Yes.
Okay. So who's the?
If you could open the public hearing for the record, please.
Okay. So I guess I just open up the meeting to the public to discuss what we just did.
That is correct. And then we do have one speaker.
Okay. Just one speaker? Okay, our speaker On item number 68 is Jane Hunt Rubel. It's good to see you again, Jane.
It's good to see you guys also. Anyway, I just found out about this item and I'd like to know a little more about it, but if it's concerning under number 7 on the pursuant to county fee ordinance section 16, whatever, approve a waiver of fees and set forth in the county fee ordinance section for applications for minor revisions to approve actions intended solely to modify a condition of approval to reflect the changes to the Regional Transportation Development Mitigation Plan regarding the fee calculation methodology for off-site and supplemental on-site warehouse truck staging. I'd like to know a little more. I have to read that Regional Transportation Development Mitigation Plan first. But I was concerned about on the item 7 here about off-site and supplemental on-site warehouse truck staging lots. We already have enough of them along Cajon Boulevard that I complained about at the board meetings. And I was just wondering, I'm totally against any off-site and supplemental on-site warehouse truck staging areas because it's already horrible on Cajon Boulevard and it's getting worse because more warehouses are being built above us and it's dangerous on that street. So I'm against this if it comes up before the ordinance, on November 5th, because I'd like to speak out against, because I really don't understand what this truck storage drop lot land use category. So I know it goes to land use department, but I'm just, if this comes up again, I'm totally, the way it's stated in this, it sounds kind of iffy to me. I'd like to know more about it, but I'm against these off-site because they've been developing all these off-site along Cajon Boulevard into the city in our community and clear down to San Bernardino city limits. And it's getting pretty scary too with all these trucks. And it looks ugly too. It's not very good for our neighborhood. But anyway, I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in. I'd like to see a copy of the Regional Transportation Development Mitigation Plan. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'll move the open hearing to our next board meeting.
Continue the open hearing to discussion on that. Do I need a vote?
Yes.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So ordered.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vice Chair, if I could just clarify. Supervisor Armendariz, were you the second on that? Okay, I wanted to clarify that. Thank you very much. With that, the item is continued to November 5th, the open hearing.
November 5th,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Thank you.
So right now, we move on to 68?
69.
69, item number 69.
I'm Sheriff Shannon Dykes. Since my appointment as Sheriff Coroner in July of 2021, I've been committed to keeping the residents of San Bernardino County.
Did the sheriff pay his bill this month?
Yeah. Go ahead and play. Play it. Yes.
I'm Sheriff Shannon Dykes. Since my appointment as Sheriff Coroner in July of 2021, I've been committed to keeping the residents of San Bernardino County informed on how we're enhancing their safety and well-being. With strong collaboration with the Board of Supervisors and the dedicated men and women of the department, we've launched transformative initiatives to address the complex challenges facing our communities. Public safety is our only priority, and I'd like to share a few of our accomplishments and where we're headed.
I'm Under Sheriff Rick Bessinger.
I want to give you a quick update on our personnel. One of our priorities has been to expand our workforce in tandem with the growth of the region. Thanks to financial assistance from the Board of Supervisors, we have added 169 positions within the Sheriff's operations budget, enhancing both sworn and professional staff to bolster training, supervision, and customer service across various units. Employee wellness is another critical focus. The Wellness and Resilience Unit is a vital resource for all San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department employees, retirees, volunteers, and their families. We recognize the unique pressures our personnel face, and this unit's goal is to provide support during times of need or crisis. Healthy, supported employees translate to better service for the public.
I'm Assistant Sheriff Sam Fisk, and I'm responsible for the criminal operations. Under criminal operations, we'll continue to enhance the capabilities of our specialized teams. Our Specialized Operation Bureau handles the most complex cases, including homicides, human trafficking, and narcotics investigations. Notably, on January 23, 2024, the homicide detail investigated a mass murder involving 6 victims in a rural area of the high desert. After a 5-day investigation, detectives successfully identified and arrested 5 suspects responsible for the murders. In the Emergency Operations Division, we've strengthened our response capabilities, which has been critical in managing the efforts of our natural disasters, large-scale incidents, including multiple fires, the floods, and the 2023 mountain snowstorms. Additionally, the department recently received 2 new Bell 412 helicopters, which are right behind me, that have enhanced our payload capabilities and improved performance in high altitude and high temperature environments, like the search and rescue operations in Mount Baldy. On average, the department responds to 200 search and rescue missions annually. Since the new helicopters were in service in May of 2024, they've already been used in 11 successful hoists.
I'm Assistant Sheriff Travis Newport. I oversee support operations. Our department is modernizing in every way, starting with our deputy sheriff's appearance and the equipment they use. We've redesigned their uniforms to reflect professionalism and functionality. This also includes new patrol rifles and body-worn cameras. We've established a customer service unit that helps residents file police reports by telephone, enhancing speed and accessibility. We've also streamlined the concealed weapons permit process by instituting a new online platform, ensuring lawful residents can apply easily while getting answers for applicants as quickly as possible. I also oversee the Detention and Corrections Bureau. One major milestone is remodeling of the Glen Helen Rehabilitation Center, which is being renovated to provide a more effective environment for inmate rehabilitation, incorporating modernized facilities and expanding programs to reduce recidivism and build mental health capacity. Additionally, we have established the Community Service and Reentry Division to strengthen our efforts in preparing inmates for successful reintegration into society. This division offers critical services such as educational programs, vocational training, and life skills development, ensuring that individuals have the tools to rebuild their lives post-incarceration. The High Desert Detention Center is now fully funded for appropriate staffing levels, a significant achievement that allows us to ensure the facility's smooth operation, from daily security functions to comprehensive inmate services. Our commitment to safety is unwavering, as we have implemented enhanced security protocols throughout all of our jails. This includes continuous safety measures in both the general population and the medical portions of all of our facilities to ensure the well-being of inmates and staff alike.
We've seen an increase in violence throughout the county, and we've had to respond proactively. Operations like Hammer Strike and Operation Consequences have played key roles in addressing these issues. Operation Hammer Strike successfully reduced illegal marijuana cultivation across the county, tackling environmental damage and criminal activity. Operation Consequences, on the other hand, focuses on violent crime, gang activity, and the proliferation of ghost guns. So what does our department's future look like? We will focus on talent, recruitment, and retention. It's critical that we continue to attract dedicated individuals to serve in law enforcement, particularly as we face growing public safety demands. We are also committed to addressing homelessness, substance abuse, and mental health issues through expanded services, partnerships, and through enforcement. Finally, we'll continue to support philanthropic efforts to provide vital resources to the department, like the Sheriff's Rodeo, which has contributed over $1 million to children's charities. Together, we'll build a safer, stronger San Bernardino County. To view my entire midterm report, please go to wp.sbcounty.gov/sheriff.
Sheriff, are you finished? I'm happy to see you again. You didn't lock me up, so thank you so much for what you do and for going in, you and your folks in harm's way. Before you leave, I have to tell you an interesting story. Many, many years ago, back in Meriden, Connecticut, when I was young and dangerous, I was throwing snowballs at cars. Don't ask me why I was throwing snow. Well, I threw one at a police car, and he happened to have the window. Of course, it hit him right in the face. You know, he turned on the siren, grabbed me, everything else. And I said, oh, my God. And so he says, come on, we're going down to the station. So we went down there at that time, and we had a lot of family members that were connected. And I have to tell you, I was always getting in trouble with, as I went to Catholic school. And the one who worked for the Monsignor was my sister. My other sister worked for the police chief. So they bring me down there, they haul me in there, and they're going to take me in to see the chief. And my sister, who never had any tact or diplomacy, said, Paul, what did you do now? And then the chief looks over the top of this thing there and said, what happened? And I said, Uncle Mike, it was just a mistake. And fortunately, I did not go to jail that time, but there were other close occasions. But I think our thoughts, these are very dangerous times. Your department, everything you do, you never know what's next. So thank you for going in harm's way. Pass on that we support you. We think you're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel, and I want to thank everybody here, but if you'll indulge me for just a second. As it relates to Glenda, I know you specifically said, in God we trust, and we know you give it all to God, but I want you to know something. The San Bernardino County Sheriff and the entire Sheriff's Department, in Glenda we trust, and we have always trusted, and from me to you, you're a blessing.
Are there any members of the public wishing to speak? Oh, you forgot something?
Yep, forgot something. I'm sorry. Had to make sure we acknowledged Glenda. And Glenda, your concerns, about the director and everything, we all think she walks on water also. And just know, I'll stand in front of her when things go bad, and I'll stand behind her and look mean at people if things get worse. All right? That's my commitment to you. All right. Excuse me, Colonel. Thank you, and to all the board members. I'm pretty excited to be able to deliver this report, but thankfully, this really is thanks to all of you for the support of the department. As I got appointed and we moved out of the pandemic, we realized that the economy was better than we thought it was, and we've been able to do something that in the 33 years I've been in the Sheriff's Department, with your help, is to truly grow and expand in areas of the county that we've needed to expand. We mentioned, the county vision and a number of things. I've never lost sight of that county vision, and neither have the people that work for me. So to be able to see this, I feel bad sometimes when I individually meet with you. There are so many things and so many social issues, but I'm hoping by providing you with this document now, you'll get a chance to sit back, kind of absorb it with you and your staff, and we'll release it to the public and also let your constituents engage with you. And the reason I'm releasing it now in October is so as we get to my true midterm in December, that any questions that you have or any clarity on any of the things that we've been working on or any adjustments that you might suggest based on what you're hearing from your folks, we're in the game with you. The chair and I work together to talk specifically about the release date of that, and that's really the purpose, is to give you time to digest the monumental amount of things in this report. It's 152 pages of things that we've accomplished in a very short period of time. I'd also like to thank all the folks that put this report together for us to review as county government. And even though we have a lot of social changes and problems, I think I can classify this in its most simplest way, is the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is one of the few departments that still wears the American flag on their uniform. This is the one and only uniting symbol for all of us, no matter the color of our skin but we represent the Constitution of the United States, the citizens of this county, and with the help of all the wonderful men and women that work with me, we will be unwavering in supporting you and your efforts to support the expansion and economic growth of this county. And as you know, if people don't feel safe, they won't come here, and it'll be always my commitment to make sure that we provide that. So I'm looking forward to engaging you, whether you want me to come back to the board at some point and answer questions, or whether we engage individually as you go out in the community and people have had a chance to digest this. We'll release it publicly today. But I do want to thank you for your unwavering support. And we've been running around with our hair on fire. You're going to see that when you read this document. But we're doing it for the greater good of this community. And we're not going to take no for an answer in terms of making sure people are safe and seeing through the county vision. This is a great place to raise your family. And it is a great place from cradle to career, as we've said, to make sure that we're able to live our dreams. And the American dream is alive and well. And I can't say that for the rest of the state of California, but in San Bernardino County, if you want to achieve your dreams, you can achieve them here. And I'm going to do a shameful plug just like Luther did. We do have jobs available for our young people. So if anybody out there is watching this and they have a kid in their basement or a kid on their couch or somebody listening to earphones and eating the food out of their fridge, the San Bernardino County wants to give them a home so that you can build your man cave or your she shed, and we'll take care of it. So I don't know if you have any questions about anything you heard on the video, but I'd be more than happy to answer them. And again, thank you for all your support.
Are you running for the next supervisor's job?
No, sir, I'm not. I have my hands full with just being the sheriff. That's why I thought midway we'd let you know where we're at.
Good. Got enough problems without more of them. Thank you very much for your presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Vice Chair, thank you. Sheriff, we wanted this, I just want to say for my residents in 4th District that they overwhelmingly support what you're doing. They're very thankful to live in a county that is well protected, that does follow the rule of law, and your deputies have just done a fantastic job. And to see what you've done of our department and to grow it and to handle the multiple, I mean, we have a county larger than many states, and you're able to, with your department, roll with snowstorms, fires, windstorms, floods, whatever the case may be, with the team of the county, other members as well. I want to thank you for your leadership for the Sheriff's Department and the direction it's going. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the 4th District residents.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Anybody else, Joe?
Yeah, thank you, Vice Chair Cook. No, I appreciate Sheriff Dykes for everything you've done. I can speak for the 5th District. You know, I look at the growth that you've done within the unincorporated areas, which had never had any coverage, and under your leadership, you've been able to do that. I look at the 4 deputies that cover the Rosina Ranch and El Rancho Verde area. I look at the 2 deputies in Bloomington. I look at the 2 deputies that just been recently added in the Muscoy community. I mean, these are large segments of our community, but you've taken the time to make sure to help our residents feel safe. So it's truly an honor, and we appreciate the good work you've done for the County 5th District residents. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Supervisor Baca.
Sheriff, I also want to just say thank you for all the hard work you've done, and more importantly, just being a partner with me, seeing the severity that's going on with our mental health and our homeless and our drug addicted, and you walking beside me and helping me so that we can help the residents of the 2nd District. I really appreciate it and look forward to those partnerships to continue and expand in our future. So thank you for all you do.
Supervisor Armendez, thank you. And I think we're talking about, when we talk about moving into the future after you read this report, that will be a focus of the department, is to address a number of these social challenges. We're postured with the help of the CEO's office. We've done a number of things to enable us to be a lot more flexible. And depending on the outcome of what things happen in November, department members will have greater tools to really do 2 things. And I've had a foot always in 2 camps. First is the priority of really maintaining the quality of life in this county, and some of the things that we've been dealing with that, frankly, in my mind, are bad state policy that we've been affected by for a decade. But the other foot I have in a camp in is that of being a humanitarian, and to be able to drive our streets and to drive by these people who are suffering, and I say rotting in their own skin because there is no capacity to be able to help them. That is not the right thing to do. So what you're going to see our deputies doing out there is taking some of these tools and putting them in place where it gives an individual a choice. Do you want to actually help yourself? Do you want to be involved in your life? Do you want to actually gain some clarity? Or if you don't and you don't make that choice, then we'll have some tools and you'll go to jail. And I'm not doing that because I want to throw people in jail. I'm doing that to save their life.
Seeing no other comments, I just want to once again thank you please thank your troops, as I refer to them, going in harm's way. And you never know what's there. So thanks again. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Colonel, and thank you for acknowledging that. Since I've been the sheriff, we've had 69 officer-involved shootings, and unfortunately, we've had many of our deputies injured. Some of them had to retire as a result of that. And when I started this, we lost Sergeant Dominic Vaca out in Morongo. You've always been very sympathetic to that, but I also want to thank all of you. You've equipped them with the tools. If we weren't doing Operation Consequences that, frankly, all of you fund, our streets would be far worse. And we've put ourselves as San Bernardino County on the map in DOJ's reports as it relates to individuals that shouldn't be carrying firearms that we've arrested in ghost guns. We are the second county in the state of California next to Los Angeles in recovering these types of guns and taking these people to task that really intend to do us harm and our citizens harm. So when you look at that, if you really think about the numbers, we're only 300 guns recovered that separates us from Los Angeles, which is a county of 9 million people, and we only have 2.2. Proactive policing's become highly politicized, but we've proven in this county that proactive policing keeps our officers safe and keeps our public safe, and I'm gonna be committed to backing them. And anybody that tries to make that a racial issue, I'm gonna be clear because we have data. And this is a different story. Proactive policing is alive and well. It works, and it works here in San Bernardino County, and will help to protect the investments that you all are doing. And frankly, I couldn't be more proud to do it and be more proud to partner with all of you. So thank you.
Thanks again.
Mr. Vice Chair, I would just like to put on the record that we do not have any public speakers for that item.
Sorry?
We do not have any public speakers for that item. I just wanted to get that on the record for item number 69.
Are they tired?
Yeah, maybe.
They just don't want to speak? Okay. All right. This is, we don't need to take a motion on this. This is receive and file. Okay. So we start with this one. Public comments on matters that are not on the agenda. So we have a number of them, starting with Jane Hunt-Robel, please.
I'd also like to thank Sheriff Dicus for all he's done, especially for the county and especially our community of Muscoy. Thank you very much. We all love him out there in Muscoy. Well, some of us do. But anyway, I'd like to make a comment about last July, I attended at the Vermont School the street vendors workshop. And thank you, Baca, for doing that. But I've been noticing lately, I guess people aren't paying attention to the rules or whatever, but there's a lot more street vendors, I mean, actually in the streets, on our streets now. And along Cajon Boulevard, there's still, it's in the community of Muscoy, especially there's one on the corner of Short Street and Cajon Boulevard, which is still part of Muscoy. They're still been doing street vending. And it makes me, you know, like, who am I supposed to call? I thought there were rules against it you laid down at the meeting. But I guess people just go ahead and do it. And now I'm seeing the push carts on our streets. And they just are oblivious, you know, I guess, to, or ignoring the laws. But I'd like to make a comment about that. There seems to be a proliferation. It's not in San Bernardino City, but once in a while I take Macy Street to get over to Rialto, and there every day of the week you see vendors in the Muscoy section and even restaurants in their front yards on the weekends. And it just makes me kind of wonder, well, what's the point in having these rules? And they know about it, but yet they keep on doing what's against the rules. So it gets frustrating, but I'd also like to thank the county for cleaning up some of the streets, especially on the corner of Duffy, the southeast corner of Duffy and Ogden. They finally got around to, there was a big hole when you come around the curve there, and they got rid of this trailer that was there for years along the side of the road on Duffy Street. So I'd like to commend the county for doing At least I know it's an ongoing problem. It seems like every day they're dumping stuff in. But I'd like to thank the county for at least paying attention to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker will be Jason Racinos.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman, Board of Supervisors. Thank you so much for having me, and all the nurses that have came here, loyal, hardworking nurses of our county. My name is Jason Racinos. I'm a registered nurse of the Emergency and Trauma Department at ARMC. I have been with the county for over 12 years. 10 years ago, I helped nurses and CNAs on a med-surg floor write a 2-page list of complaints regarding our critical staffing shortages. I was disgusted by the sights of patients sitting in their own filth for hours and watching the lunch trays pile onto the early morning breakfast trays. It became impossible for me to see so many RNs and CNAs overwhelmed with such sadness, anger, and hopelessness. For years, these nurses complained in vain to their managers and supervisors, only to be told that there was nothing they could do and that they were already fulfilling their staffing needs in accordance with the budget. This budget would not allow for more CNAs or float nurses to help with even the most basic tasks, many tasks we have, such as cleaning, feeding, changing wound dressings, as well as providing the much-needed break relief. Yes, nurses, CNAs, most days not taking breaks. Obviously, the current budget was not allowing RNs to provide sufficient and appropriate standards of care to their patients. The 2 pages of complaints were signed by every nurse on that floor and faxed directly to hospital administration. Enough was enough. Once again, 10 years later, this hospital continues to play games with its nurses, even with the facts clearly in front of them. Those facts being, younger, newer nurses continue to use ARMC as a training center for their next job. This hospital continues to push their already overworked staff by offering overtime shifts to fill their RN County vacancies. At Arrowhead, they call it IHR shifts. ARMC continues to use their same old Band-Aid approaches. Rather than make every attempt to retain their most experienced nurses, they prefer to let them leave one by one to work down the street at another hospital, paying 30 or even 40% more. ARMC nurses are sick and tired of working extra shifts just to make up for their increased costs of living. Those astronomical increases include homeowners insurance, one of the biggest ones, car insurance, utilities, groceries, etc. We have already taken the greatest pay cut with these increases. Again, enough is enough. We have no choice but to ask for what is fair. For the future of our patients, the staff, our community, we ask the board to ensure ARMC fills its hundreds of nursing vacancies by settling for a fair contract, which will allow for the recruitment and retention of nurses. ARMC must invest in their nurses.
That's time.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Madison Rank. Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Madison Rank. I am a CNA nurse rep and a member of our nurse bargaining team. I have been an RN for 5.5 years and currently work on the cardiovascular intensive care unit. I live in District 3 of San Bernardino County. The ICU staffing matrix is designed to ensure that nursing resources match the number of patients being treated based on the average daily census. It ensures that legally required nursing patient ratios and keep our patients' safety. It takes approximately 6 months to replace an ICU nurse, meaning any delay in hiring creates a backlog of vacant positions, leading to elevated vacancy rates. This forces the hospital to rely on costly short-term solutions such as travel nurses and registry. Using productivity matrix to dictate hiring for pre-approved vacant nursing positions is unsafe and causes bad staffing. We are asking that the county do the immediate filing of pre-approved vacant positions based on patient care needs as determined by the staffing matrix and state regulations, not productivity matrix. Ensuring that staffing levels, maintain safe and sustainable levels so the hospital can comply with legal requirements to improve nursing retention. Nurses are demanding that the San Bernardino County Supervisors take action in ensuring fair contract that addresses recruitment and retention. Thank you.
Much. Our next speaker is Veronica Morales.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. My name is Veronica Morales, and I am a CNA nurse rep and a member of our nurse bargaining team. I have been an RN for 16 years and currently work in case management at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. I also live in District 3 of San Bernardino County. Nurses are speaking out again today and to protest the chronic short staffing at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. We are demanding that the county address the nurse retention and recruitment issues. As you remember, we appeared for you in August regarding management's lack of fulfilling nurse vacancies. We are here once again demanding change. As we stated, when we were here in early August during the first 6 months of 2024, nurses at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center have reported over 125 incidents of unsafe patient care due to being short-staffed. Last month, in September, 117 nurses filed incidents of unsafe patient care. The situation is not getting better, and this cannot continue. We must stand behind our hospital's mission statement and make the necessary changes in order to provide our community with a hospital that focuses on maintaining the highest standards in patient care. The safety of our patients must be the top priority, and we cannot do that without adequate staffing. It is critical that our upcoming contract focuses on improving the current staffing issues throughout the county so that the community of San Bernardino County receive the safe medical attention that they deserve. Thank you.
Very much. Our next speaker is Rita Espinoza.
The speaker also has requested an interpreter, so she will have 6 minutes to speak.
Okay.
The Spanish interpreter matter.
You could start.
Okay. La razón que estoy aquí es para representar a mucha gente que no tiene el poder ni la forma de hablar.
Well, the reason I'm here today is to represent a lot of people that are not able to speak up and protect themselves.
If we can pause for just a moment, we're going to bring up a microphone so that we can hear the speaker as well.
Sí.
Go ahead and begin. Thank you.
Estas personas tienen propiedades alrededor del condado de San Bernardino.
These people I'm talking about, they have properties around and inside the county of San Bernardino,
En las cuales cuando vienen a aplicar no se les da la correcta información y los tratan mal.
when they come and apply to be able to occupy those lots, they're not given the right information. They treat them bad.
Muchos de ellos acuden a mí para ayudarles.
And a lot of them come to me so that I can help them.
También una de las razones es porque una de mis clientas compró un lote en la ciudad de Apo.
One of my clients bought a lot in the city of Apple Valley.
Pero pertenece al condado de San Bernardino.
But that lot belongs to the San Bernardino County.
Okay, el agreement que ustedes hicieron con la ciudad
The agreement that you guys made with the city
es que por la asfera no puede tener más de 10 años la traila.
because according to the law of that certain cluster, the mobile home or manufactured home cannot be older than 10 years.
Esto afecta a ella porque es una mamá soltera.
This affects her because the owner, because she's a single mom,
No puede comprar una casa nueva
and
ni
she
construir una casa.
doesn't have the means to buy a newer mobile home or build a new house.
Lo único que pudo comprar es una casa de 1980.
All she could afford was to buy a manufactured home built in 1980.
Pero por el acuerdo que ustedes hicieron con la ciudad, no puede tenerla.
But according to the agreement that you guys made with the city, she's not allowed to have it because it's too old.
Cuando hablé con la señora Elena Hans del Departamento de Land and Use,
When I spoke to the supervisor named Helena Hunt,
ella me dijo a mí que no era cosa de ellos, que era cosa de Apple Valley.
she said that that issue was not theirs to resolve. It was an Apple Valley issue.
Yo fui y hablé a Apple Valley con Sierra en planning y con el señor Edward.
I went to Apple Valley. I spoke to the man in charge for planning. ¿Cómo se llama?
Edward,
And Edward,
que ya no trabaja ahí,
who's no longer employed there.
y me dijo que no tenía nada que ver Apple Valley, que era algo que el condado decidió y que ellos no tenían ningún problema en dejarla tener si
And
el
he's-
condado lo aceptaba.
And he said that that was not an issue with Apple Valley, that according to Apple Valley, as far as they're concerned, they were okay with it, but it was an issue to be resolved by the county.
Regresé, hablé con la señorita Valeria Flores.
I went back and I spoke to Miss Valeria
Me
Flores,
dijo que tenía que tener una carta por parte de ellos escrita, si no, no.
and she said that I required to have a written letter by them, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Volví a ir con ellos. Esta vez ya no estaba el señor Edward, pero hablé con Silvia.
I went back, I looked for Edward, he was no longer there, but I spoke to a lady named Sylvia.
Ella me dijo que ellos no tenían nada que ver,
She told me they had nothing to do with this,
que era algo que el condado tenía que resolver.
that it was
Porque
something that the county had to look into and resolve.
la casa estaba bajo la jurisdicción del condado, no de la
Because
ciudad.
the home or the lot was under the jurisdiction of the county, not the city.
Yo lo único que les pido es que
All I'm asking you,
Dulce, que está aquí presente,
To
es
Miss-
la dueña del terreno y de la casa,
to Miss Dulce, who is here, who is the owner of the manufactured home,
que le permitan tener su casa.
for her to be allowed to have her manufactured home there.
Porque muchos que estamos aquí podemos tener quizá el dinero para comprar una casa nueva o tener una casa nueva, pero ella no.
Because maybe many of us folks have the means to have a nice new home, but she doesn't.
Yo creo que esto, acorde con lo que me dicen, no es problema de ustedes,
Well, according to the information I have, it's not your issue to solve.
pero yo creo que ella tiene derecho a tener su casa,
But I do believe that she has the right to have her own home.
ya que en la demás parte del condado sí aceptan tener una casa de 10 años.
Because I understand that in other parts of the county, she is allowed to have homes older than 10 years.
So yo le pido a ustedes
So I'm asking you,
que por favor reconsideren. Ella está dispuesta a tener la casa y ponerla en estaco para que se pueda mirar como una casa normal.
to please consider her application. She is willing to repaint the home with stucco so that it can resemble a regular home.
Muchas gracias.
And thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Erica Pickering.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. I am here to speak once again on the issue of nursing staffing in San Bernardino County. My name is Erica Pickering, and I am a CNA nurse rep and a member of our nurse bargaining team. I have been an RN for 13 years and currently work in the OR at ARMC. San Bernardino County RNs have built solidarity throughout the years due to our common values of prioritizing safe patient care and protecting our union rights. We are asking that county agree to a strong union contract that does not take away from our rights, but enhances our ability to advocate for better patient care. Providing the resources needed to care for our patients and our community in the way they should be is crucial. Prioritizing recruitment and retention of nurses during these negotiations is paramount to resolving the nurse staffing crisis the county has been struggling with for years. Unsafe patient care incidents occur far too often at ARMC and departments throughout the county. Our revolving door of training new nurses only to have them qualify and be hired elsewhere is out of control. Nurses are leaving because they cannot continue to work under these conditions. It's not safe for our nurses or our patients. Management needs to staff the units appropriately. Safe staffing is what will attract and retain quality nurses. We want the county to invest in nurses to prevent short staffing by improving working conditions and ensure that we have a safe, safe and healthy work environment. We are calling on San Bernardino County's Board of Supervisors to support nurses' bargaining demands for the higher standards of patient care by investing in its nurses and healthy work environment. We need a strong contract so that we can recruit and retain nurses. We are asking you to make safe patient care your top priority to assist us in providing care that our community deserves. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Jeremy Danella. Thank you.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. Thank you for taking the time today. My name is Jeremy Danilla. I'm a nurse from Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. I currently work in the surgical ICU. I'm a CNA rep and a member of the bargaining team. As you can see, as a whole, us nurses are concerned about ARMC. We have been in negotiations for the last 6 months in hopes of agreement of a strong contract. A strong contract includes recruitment and retention of nurses. The red you see today is a small representation of the majority that's ready to call for a strike vote upon expiration of our contract. Our contract expires this Friday. I'm asking the leaders of the biggest county in the United States to make a choice in investing in its nurses, which is an investment in the community. Please choose to be the positive change in the future of our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Margaret Cashin.
Good morning. I'm here to advocate for better animal welfare in San Bernardino County. Thanks as always for all your hard work and efforts to improve animal welfare in San Bernardino County. We appreciate the positive initiatives you've championed. Although the county does not have direct control or management over Apple Valley Animal Shelter, we strongly feel your leadership and influence can have an impact on addressing urgent issues. Here are some comments and observations, and I'll jump around between Apple Valley and other shelters. Per San Bernardino's county contract with Apple Valley Animal Shelter that you signed around July, it doesn't seem like they're following the stipulations of the contract. Section DD, contractor will take pictures of animals received from the county's jurisdiction. It seems like they have already breached the contract. Would it be okay to ask someone from the county to please enforce some of the terms? They're not advertising any of the animal, or not any, they're not, in August, they did not advertise 83% of the cats, so. Would it be okay to ask whether 2 county-appointed employees have been placed at Apple Valley Shelter? I think that was a stipulation of the contract. And if not, when do you anticipate this happening? If there are county employees who are now working at Apple Valley, would it be okay to possibly look into why so many approved rescues lose their pull rights? It seems like it's one of the few shelters that many reputable rescues are unable to meet the shelter's criteria. This is impacting the amount of rescues that can help rescue and improve these statistics. This is more for Luther. On the county's website, whenever there are jobs posted for any of the shelters, one of the conditions of employment is animal euthanasia. Applicants must be able to perform euthanasia of sick, injured, or unadopted impounded animals. Would it be totally unreasonable to suggest that the county takes steps to shift away from every single employee meeting this requirement? Maybe 10% don't need this. Would the shelter still be able to operate if not all employees were required to have this as part of their job description? Would the county get more people applying? Would these employees contribute to a shift from practices from euthanasia to other solutions? Other comments are, if I were an employee at Apple Valley Animal Shelter and refused to do euthanasia, I would probably be fired. However, if I refused to vaccinate the cats, I would continue to have a job. It's one of my biggest complaints at Apple Valley that the health tech refuses to vaccinate a huge portion of the cats, which then infect all the other cats. Here's some reforms that the county could enact. Grant access to authorized volunteers to take videos and photos at Apple Valley. And I know you don't have control over Apple Valley, but I'm just putting it out there. Maybe things could change. List all the
That's
cats.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I make a comment about, at least it helps me if they have copies of their remarks. I don't know if some people want to do that, but I personally, as a former teacher and everything, when I reread it, as much knowledge from the written comments as I do the oral comments. So you don't have to do it. It's just something that would help me because I'm dumber than all my fellow companions here. So I think that's it. And this meeting is, unless I can bang this meeting is now adjourned. Next regularly scheduled Board of Supervisors meeting take place on Tuesday, November 5th at 10 a.m. here in the board chamber. Thank you all for being here.